need it so bad. I'm staring at the facts and I'm losing my brain. Sleep, take me into your world.
These images are almost definitely familiar to you, whether you've taken one of a friend sleeping or been in one yourself. Everyone knows that college students fall asleep in class. So, how do we avoid falling asleep in class? Why do we fall asleep in class? There are a lot of questions that college students still have about their sleeping patterns. Today, we'll aim to answer them, one at a time.
What is sleep and sleep deprivation? Why should we care?
Sleep, as I'm sure you know, is a restorative recurring physiological state characterized by perceptual disengagement. Sleep deprivation is the result of someone not getting as much sleep as they need. And why you should care? Well, Alan Rechtschaffen once said, "If sleep doesn't serve a severe vital function, then it is the biggest mistake evolution ever made." We don't think evolution made a mistake. Sleep increases our sense of well-being, improves our moods, boosts our energy, and our intellectual functioning. That's everything a Stanford student needs. Here are another few reasons we think you should care about sleep.
According to the National Sleep Foundation, man is the only mammal that willingly delays sleep. One of the main causes of excessive sleepiness among Americans is self-imposed sleep deprivation. 43% of Americans say they rarely get a good night's sleep on weeknights.
You need a certain amount of sleep every night. For every night that you get too little sleep, you acquire a cumulative sleep debt. And the only way to get rid of this sleep debt is to sleep more. No amount of caffeine can get rid of this debt for you.
Sleep debt is a huge problem. People with sleep insufficiency are more likely to suffer from diabetes, hypertension, depression, and reduced quality of life and productivity. Sleep deprivation can even cause death. When you get less than 7 hours of sleep on weekdays and sleep in more than 2 hours on weekends, your chance of suicide doubles. Why? Because when you don't get enough sleep, your judgment is impaired.
National Sleep Foundation, in a 2008 Sleep in America poll, 36% of Americans report driving while drowsy, sometimes even falling asleep at the wheel. So now we know that sleep is restorative for our minds and bodies. We're the only mammals that delay sleep by choice. Debt accumulates every night that you miss sleep. No amount of caffeine can resolve your debt, and that sleep loss has major consequences. Do you have any questions for us?
When I yawn, it's an indicator of my sleep deprivation and sleepiness, right?
People used to say that we yawn so that the large amounts of oxygen we sucked in could enter the bloodstream and let us wake up. But studies are now showing that yawning is actually an average thermoregulatory mechanism. Yawning brings cooler blood to our brains, which is why we yawn most often as we wake up or fall asleep. That's when our brain's temperature is highest. On average, we yawn around 8 times a day, because our metabolisms heat up our brains, but not because we're tired all the time.
Because yawning is contagious, that makes it a disease, right?
No, it is contagious, but only because it's highly suggestible. In about 60 to 70% of people, they yawn when they see other people yawning, if they see photos of other people yawning, even if they've read about yawning. Are you yawning yet? If you are, you probably have high levels of empathic understanding.
I'm always hungry and constantly eating, but it has nothing to do with my sleep patterns, right?
Your hunger and your sleep patterns are related. The National Sleep Foundation shows that people who don't get enough sleep on a regular basis have low leptin levels. Leptin is an appetite-regulating hormone, so when the leptin levels fall, your appetite increases.
So, alcohol helps you sleep, right?
No, no, no. Chronic use of alcohol actually impairs sleep, and furthermore, poses a great danger to you. After feeling alert at a party, you may crash on your way home or once you get home, literally or metaphorically. By falling immediately into deep sleep, you may think that alcohol helps, but in the middle of the night, when the alcohol wears off, you'll actually become aroused and decrease the quality of your night's sleep.
We sleep well when we sleep like a baby. Am I right?
No, babies are terrible sleepers. They're deep sleepers, but they don't sleep very long, almost hardly ever through the night. The best sleepers are actually 8 or 9-year-olds because they have greater slow wave sleep periods. Generally, as we age, the quality of our sleep actually diminishes.
Wow! I am learning so much.
Good, and there's more to learn. To make it easier, we came up with 5 steps to becoming a better rested student.
B. Beware of the terrible twos. The National Sleep Foundation has shown that people feel natural bouts of tiredness at 2 a.m. and 2 p.m., so try not to study or take classes during those times. In fact, college students are most aware and alert in the evening, so try and do your studying then and take advantage of your natural alertness.
E. Exercise. According to the National Sleep Foundation, regular exercise makes it easier to fall asleep and improves the quality of that sleep.
A. Afternoon walks. If you're tired because of stress or a hectic schedule, spending a little time outdoors could be a really effective energy booster. Melatonin can't be produced in the sunlight, so go out there, take a walk for 15 minutes, and get a nice tan while doing it.
Nap. Sleep expert Michael Bruce, PhD, suggests a caffeine nap or a Napa latte. Quickly drink a cup of coffee and immediately take a 20-minute nap. He guarantees you'll feel mentally sharp and refreshed for at least 4 hours. S. Sleep. The only true way to reconcile sleep debt is by sleeping more.
B-E-A-N-S. Beans.
Drowsiness is red alert! Drowsiness is red alert! Drowsiness is red alert!